Right guys, welcome back to another video, and it's the first video on FM22, and today I have for you good teams to manage. I've not got a number of them, I've just got good saves to try, good teams to manage. First of all, as you can see on the screen, we've got Stuttgart. VFB Stuttgart, I don't know what that stands for. I'm guessing that's football, LEF. Anyway, straight in, we've got Stuttgart. This is probably going to be the highest reps team on this video. So there's no Newcastles, there's none of that stuff, right? I've seen that in other videos, so I didn't want to do that again. And I think everyone knows about Newcastle. I mean, everyone knows about Stuttgart, but I like to bring you guys something a little bit different. So, without further ado, I've took over Stuttgart, obviously, just to show you guys everything that's going on. And I was quietly surprised. So, if many of you don't know, Stuttgart have got a fantastic academy. In the past, they have produced players like Serge Gnabry, Joshua Kimmich, Mario Gomez. There's a few others as well that I've probably missed there. I can't even think of them off the top of my head. There's Timo Werner, Rudiger as well, two Chelsea players. So, like those five, like I said, there's more. I know there's more, but they're the best five, I think. Nice kits as well. I like them anyway. I like, especially like their home and away. That was all black, maybe. Massive stadium, helps you out. 60,000 Mercedes-Benz Arena. Huge stadium. Brilliant academy, brilliant facilities, as you'd expect. You've still got room to grow though with the academy. I think it might have took a little bit of a hit over the years since they've been bouncing around a little bit. As you can see here, they've sort of relegated, promoted, had a good season, I think got Europe, and then relegated straight after, promoted again. And then that last year they came 9th, so you've got a decent little springboard. Your media prediction, if I can find it on this new game, is 14th. And if you look at the squad, there's a few injuries. So Silas, one of your better players, is injured for 6 months. So that's not great. Kaladzic as well, one of your other good attackers, probably your best attacker, best striker. He's injured for 6 to 7 months. So yeah, that's not great. Oriol Mangala as well. 6 weeks to 3 months. Really good central midfielder. As you can see though, all three of them young, so just let them get over their injuries, get them back in. Low wages too, which helps. And if you search by potential, so if you see Mateo Klimovic, right, and then you see, is it Wahid Fagir? Right, you look at those two, and you see 4.5 stars, right, and that's good. And then you see Nicholas Nati, Tanguy? It's the same as Ndombele, isn't it? Koulibaly, Enzo Milo, and Roberto Massimo. They've got 5-star potential. Now, when you load your game up, these two could be 5-star. These 4 could be 4.5 star. Basically, what you need to know is whatever drop you get, they've got decent potential. So, I think as well, where is this guy here? This Cherlinov, Darko Cherlinov. This guy at 4-star, he could easily have 4.5 star. Basically, they've got a lot of potential. You could hit the right roles on all the players with the potential ranges that they've got, and you could get all of them 5 stars. So, a lot of potential. If you add in their second team and their under-19s team, watch this. Right. Now that goes from 4, or however many 5-star players, to double. And then on the top of that, you've got Ömer Beyaz, the Turkish guy, 17. Pretty, not bad anyway, like already. On a free from Fenerbahce. Some of you guys might know him from last FM. Decent estimated value. Turkish under 21 caps already. Going to be a fantastic player. Very good composure, technique, vision. Just a brilliant attacking midfielder. So you've got Beyaz. You have Lilian Egloff, who, hearing noises outside of Stuttgart, because I've had a little bit of research, this guy is he's looking very good, but he's probably going to be the next export from their academy. So in a couple of years, some of you guys might be like, oh, I watched Lewis's video and he was on about this guy. Lilian Egloff. I think it may be a case of remember the name. He's also injured, broken foot. But I've not seen him in real life in a match. I've seen the clips of him, and I've read things about him, and it looks like he's, as exactly described, he's fast. A bit like Emile Smith-Rowe. That sort of player. Not exactly small, as you can see, 6 foot. Good with the ball, quickish, agile, good dribbler, technique, passing, all that good stuff. So you've got a good attacking midfield options with Beaz and Egloff. Now on top of that, you've got Maximilian Wagner. Never heard of him before, so that's no idea. Striker, either footed, a little bit Timo Werner-esque, just a little bit slower. But at 17 years old, and a long way to go until 18 years old, because it's in February, you may have a good player on your hands there. Just give him some game time. Off the bench, maybe stick him on the bench, make him available for the under-20s team, play him in a cup game or two, bring him on if you're winning a cup by a couple of goals if you want to. He's there. Laurin Ulreich, central midfielder, again, looks brilliant. 6 composure is probably the lowest stat. After that, it's probably 10 passing. There's not good decision maker, good first touch, good tackler, good work rate, fast, agile. 16 years old. You've got potential. You've just got potential for days. And then you add in all these guys down here. Alexis Tabidi, a little bit raw but good potential. Azevedo, again, just potential, guys. That's literally the aim of the game. You are in a lot of debt. Overall, you're not, but if you look into the debt, oh no, okay, sorry. I was umming and ahhing between Schalke and Stuttgart, and I think Schalke are in debt. So, apologies, got that wrong. You're not in debt. You're absolutely fine. Facilities-wise, they want you to finish mid-table. Some of the better players that you've got is Waldemir Anton is a centre-back, pretty good centre-back to be honest. Good value, between 9 and 10 million. Florian Muller, good goalkeeper. Very, very young team. Stenzel, obviously Silas. Borna Souza, very good 23-year-old full-back, brilliant, 6'2". Mafia, who comes back after this year, I think he comes back. Is there an optional fee? No, there's no optional fee, so he should be back end of the first season, and he's also brilliant. Look at the estimated value, 23 million. Very, very young, good full-back again. It's a very young team. It's a team that you need to mould. Obviously, you can add to it as well, bringing some other German players. Go and find out who you want to bring in, all that good stuff. But that's team number 1. I think I've explained it. I don't think I'll go into too much detail on other teams. I wanted to start the video off right. But you can see how good the team is and how promising, basically. So we're going to get into team 2 in a second. Right, guys, this next team is Santa Clara. So, if none of you know, this team here, Santa Clara, are in Europe this year. UEFA Europa Conference League. And they're the only team ever from the island of Azores, off the mainland Portugal, to the west, to get into a European competition. So they are from a small island. I'll show you quickly where that island is. It's like I said, it's off mainland, and it is right there. So I had a quick search of it, and they play at the Estadio de San Miguel. Right. For people that recognise that name, I did a Twitch save last year. Ended it a couple of weeks back on FM21, and the idea was I could only get players from the academy, and I could never sign anyone. So we did 24 seasons, I think we did. I won Liga NOS twice, not with Santa Clara, with another team from this island. But I wanted to sort of shine a light on this quite different place, really. I don't think anyone speaks about it much, but yeah, the other team was from around on this island as well. So they are rivals, so I probably shouldn't be promoting Santa Clara, as I've got affiliation now with Operario, they're called. But nonetheless, if I zoom out real quick here, and I keep zooming, and I keep zooming, and I keep zooming, this is the island of Azores. Now it says Azores, but it's Azores. And I keep zooming out, and I keep zooming out, and I keep zooming out. As you guys know, I think there's Madeira down here, and then there's Funchal, where Cristiano Ronaldo famously comes from. There's Las Palmas there, and all the Spanish places. But if you look here, and I zoom it really far out, so you guys can only just see the original stadium there, it is actually way off mainland Portugal. and which is quite surprising as well. I didn't think it was that far, to be honest. So, I mean, it's miles away, right? Where are Canada? Canada's like here, right? So it looks like it's really close. It's not that close. But what does happen, which is quite cool, you do get, as I will show you, some Canadians and some Americans in your youth intakes because of this phenomena, shall we call it. So what I did at the start of this save, when I loaded this one up, I ticked at the box at the start, I ticked add players to playable teams. So I checked in the 19s to see what's actually happened, and it's generated some youngsters. Now these, I think these are Nugents. Why had a look, guys? Have any of them got American, Canadian, English sounding names? And as we can see, Dale Crossley stands out. It's not really a Portuguese name, but it says he's Portuguese. Now I thought, you know what? Information. He's American. There was another one, Scott Reynolds. Clicked on him. He's American, from Salt Lake City. On my save on Twitch, totally different team, I got so many Canadians through. I think I ended the save actually with 2 Canadians in my first 11 who were like really good. I got to like the Champions League first knockout round. So you can produce some alternate nation players that you don't usually get, which is quite cool, quite a bit of variation. So I think it's a quite interesting save for that reason. Now it's not a big team, Santa Clara. I need to wait for the kits to come out because I don't like those default ones. But as you can see, they have got the Oceranio derby against the team that I was managing. There they are. Now they're in the 4th division this year. They got promoted too. So the islands are on the up, shall we call it. There's also some local teams there if you want to take charge of a team. Maybe at the bottom. Quick shout out to the team that I was on Twitch, Operario. They are now playable in FM. So if you want to go down to the 4th tier and do the same type of save as Santa Clara, you think Santa Clara is too easy maybe, there you go, 2-in-1. There's a few 2-in-1s in this video, so it's not just one team, it's like a couple of teams in one. Now if you look at some of the players, Hidemasa Marita is fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Lincoln, some of you guys might not remember him, he's also there. He's wanted by Leipzig, so you probably can get some money here. Feyenoord want him too. There's not much in the way of potential, which is a problem, and the stadium isn't too big, I believe. It is 12,800, yes. The facilities need a bit of work, to be quite honest. So it's not like it's a straight in and success job, it is a building situation. In the club, there's only 1.7 million, 1.2 million transfer budget, so you are going to have to battle with the big boys. The big 3, we call them, Porto, Sporting and Benfica. But you do have Europe for the first season, which could be a nice little money spinner. If you get there, it could take a toll on your league form. I thought it'd be quite interesting. So whatever you fancy with that, guys, I thought you might like that. So if you do, fantastic. If you don't, move on to the next one, and I'll be there for the next one in a second. Here's my third teams. I say teams because there's 2 again, like there was in the last one. And the first one being 1860 Munich. Now, people that watch me on Twitch know that I did a save with 1860 Munich on FM 20, I believe it was. It was fantastic. Massively enjoyed it. So I've always got a soft spot for them now, and I do look out for the results. They've got a Munich derby against Bayern Munich, and they've got fierce rivalry with Bayern Munich and Bochum. I think the rivalry with Bochum comes from a rivalry in the second or third tier. I'll have to clarify that. I can't remember what it was. But they have also got a derby against Türkgücü München, who actually produce. This might be a 3-in-1. I'm just going with this, guys. So just stay with me. These guys actually, I think, produce Turkish players in their intake because they're a Turkish community in Germany. There's a lot of Turkish communities in Germany. Yes, they do. As you can see, I think these are Nugents. Yes, they are new Nugent faces right there. And they produce Turkish players in their youth intakes. So if you want something a bit different again, that wasn't initially going to be where this video went, but that's my third team. But they're all in Munich. No, they're not all in Munich. They're not all in Munich. I'm not gonna recommend you buy Munich, obviously. 1860 Munich. Bit of a different situation this year. They are actually expected to win the league. They've got the best team in the league, joint with Kaiserslautern, as you'd probably expect from Kaiserslautern. But But yeah, it's a little bit more expectation this year. But the main aim is to topple Bayern Munich. They did win a Bundesliga in 1966, which is, I mean, obviously ages away, but it's just, they've not won anything of note since. They've got some decent players. Keanu Staud there. Looks pretty good. Looks a Bundesliga 2 player anyway. Kirin Moll, he's from last year too. Talig. Yeah, there's a few players. Good goalkeeper. Another good goalkeeper. So you might be able to cash in on a goalkeeper there. Lex was there a couple of years ago. Neudecker was there too. It doesn't look like they've changed too much of their players actually. And it actually looks like it might have done them a bit of good, because if you look at the general tab, last year they finished 4th, I believe just outside the playoffs, right? Yes. So that's a tough one, just outside the playoffs. You do have, they're a 3-star reputation team as well, which is really good. I believe that's higher than some second Bundesliga teams. You do actually start with 5 million in the bank, which is a nice little healthy amount. You don't get any transfer budget, and your wage budget is 7,000. Any debts? Oh, okay, there is. I didn't know that. Added little, I mean, depends how you look at it, a good thing or a bad thing, challenging or not. But you get a loan and you have to prepare this when you get into the Bundesliga, which actually takes the sting out of it a little bit. So you've got a little one there, a little loan. Well, I say a little, 51 million. I don't know who's lent them that though. It doesn't really say, does it? It usually says it's usually from the chairman when it's a loan like that. It's usually like the bank won't allow you to repay when you get to the top division. Like the bank don't care. Like, it'll be a chairman thing. He will have lent them money for something. I don't know what it will have been. And yeah, basically you've got to pay that back when you get to the Bundesliga, and I'm sure you will. But that's one team in this division. The second team in this division, from another massive, well, the biggest place in Germany, Berlin, is Victoria 1889 Berlin. Now, they are at the bottom of this league, as they've just been promoted. They have been known as other clubs. They originally, as you can see from here, it says they were founded in, let me just show you guys, 2013. Now that's technically true, but it's also not. I'll explain why. So if you go to competitions, you can actually see they won the Bundesliga twice in 1908 and 1911 as a BFC Victoria. Now that was Berliner Football Club Victoria. So pretty much the same. They had a merger with another team close by. So yeah, it is a new team, but it's not really a new team as well. Just a new name, I think, is the main thing about that. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it being 2013. It feels like they've not got any history, but they've actually got a lot of history. They're a founding member of the Bundesliga back in the 1900s. So yes, Falcao. That is not the Falcao. That is Falcao, who currently plays for them right now, who actually looked fantastic for this level. Did not know he played for them. He started at Portland, went to Estepona, and then Victoria Berlin. Okay, weird little career path there, but go on, Falcao. Power to you, mate. Born in Brazil, don't know how he's managed that. But yeah, like I said, there's nothing else that's been won. Just a few regional leagues, and obviously the Bundesliga. So the main thing is you're in this massive city of Berlin, the capital obviously of Germany, and I mean your stadium's quite big, 19,700. Your facilities aren't very good, so get yourself spending on that. And yeah, I think that's self-explanatory really. They've not really troubled the top of the top reaches of Germany in a while, so that like you've got a canvas there to rewrite in your own. You go down like the old team, the old managers and the old players that got them into the Bundesliga titles back in the day. So you've got a lot of scope, basically, is what I'm saying. I don't know how much money you start with Victoria Berlin, so go and have a look. I don't think you'll have much money to spend. Captain Christoph Menz, they've got some decent players, but as you can see from this last little moment on this one, is they are the second worst team. Now they're fourth from the bottom, but Dortmund 2 and the Freiburg 2 never have odds because they're basically a second team of a first team. So Dortmund, actually, if you look, their team will probably be up there. In fact, maybe they're probably the best team in the league, and Freiburg are probably close too. So TSV Havelse, or Havels, they are the worst team in the league. They got promoted too. But Victoria Berlin, I think in real life they're actually smashing this league too. I think we're probably going to see them close to the Bundesliga for the next 5 years. I think they've got a decent little project going on. Italian manager as well, which is a bit different actually. He's been in Germany quite a while. It's Werder Bremen. It's like he's been in Germany basically all his life. Just an adopted German. Oh, he was born in Germany. I wonder why he's Italian then. Obviously parents, right, with his name, Musicato. I'd have thought his primary nationality, if he was born in Germany and been there all his life, would be Germany, but doesn't matter. He wants to be Italian, he's Italian, he can be whatever he wants. So yeah, that's the 3 teams there. I was initially just going for 1860 and Victoria Berlin. But we also threw in the Turkish community, which is quite nice. So yeah, if you want some Turkish Nugents, there you go. That is teams number 3. Next is up in a second. Next up in the list is just one team this time, and we are in Holland with ADO Den Haag. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, why ADO Den Haag, Lewis? Well, I'll tell you. They just got relegated last year from the Eredivisie, first time since 2008/2009. And one of the main reasons is they have potential. A lot of it, as you can see from their first team. On top of this said potential, with Buzien, yeah, that one. Kane Seedorf. I don't know if he's any relation to Clarence. He absolutely is. Exactly, Clarence. Yeah. So, and Colin. Clarence, Kane, and Colin must be sons. It would say sons, so maybe not. Maybe nephews. Who knows? So you've got Seedorf, some good genes there. You've got Sem Steen, who looks very, very good with 5-star potential, like very good. You've got Duraso Class, who looks as good. He's really good. And you've got Evan Rotier, who's a nice little winger. And you also have Ricardo Kishner. Some of you guys might remember him. Came through at Ajax, went to Lazio, and he's now at ADO Den Haag, and he's way too good for this level. As you can see, if I search, sorry about that, if I search by current ability, he's right there. You also have Daryl Janmaat, who is the club captain, which is quite nice. And they're all both on like low wages. It's nothing. You're not carrying £20,000, 2.8k on him, and 2.5k on him. And Kishner is wanted by a few teams that Empoli, DC United probably have a bit of money, and Clement Foot have just been promoted to the top flight of French football. So you might be able to get a few hundred thousand out of him if you want to. If you want to reinvest somewhere else, you probably don't. I'd probably want to get promoted with him. But yeah, he was on loan at Den Haag twice. Didn't really feature. Maybe no, it can't be because of COVID. Because COVID was 2019, right? And then he went on a free. He started at Den Haag. Interesting. Oh, I didn't know that. That's another little twist on him. So he started at Den Haag. So maybe you want to build the team around him going forward. Ajax took him off in Den Haag, and Ajax and Den Haag actually do have a little rivalry, historic rivalry. Probably not. It's not a nice rivalry. If you want to search that up, I'll let you search that up. I don't want this video to take all day. But I like a little bit of a story behind my teams, as you can tell. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of your juices flowing, a little bit of ideas what to do. So you might look at this video, you might see these teams and think, do you know what, Lewis? Nah, none of them are for me. But it'll give you ideas of what to look for if you want to manage in another country. Things like rivalries or players or academies or anything like that, previous history, etc, etc, etc. So they've got a 15,000 seater stadium, and yeah, just got potential and more potential. So, some 4.5 star players as well there. Like you said, this is not set in stone. These guys could be 5-star too. It's all about the quality of the staff. So get involved. If we check their B team out as well and their under 19s, let's have a look at what they've got in there. Oh wow! I mean, look at this. Even more brilliant goalkeeper, Akam Lal. He needs a bit of work. Hugo, also a good goalkeeper. Very, very, very raw players, these. But if you can get a decent little lead in the league, Chinese player there. If you can get a little decent lead in the league, you can start introducing a few of these players. You know, Finn van Bremen, 16 years old. Abdul Rahman Sango, looks like a very good winger, 17 years old. And Kaj van Houwelingen. I'm really risking it pronouncing these names with you guys. I've not rehearsed this, I'm just going for it. So I could look very stupid. But yeah, I think I've done okay. Yeah, you've just got a lot of potential, guys, like a lot. I even may do a save with these guys after looking at this. But yeah, they've also got a rivalry with Ajax, so it's a little bit of extra there. I think they also have it down on the Ajax one, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure I checked this. Oh, no, they don't. I think they did last year. So they don't have a historic rivalry with Den Haag. It's more Den Haag's historic rivalry. But from what I read, I think it wasn't just one way, it was very much two ways, so maybe that does need adding on there. So yeah, what have they won? They've won the Eredivisie. So 1942 to 1943 was obviously fantastic for them. They won the cup in 68 and 75. And the second division 3 times, 30 years apart almost each time. So yeah, Den Haag is another one, like I said, I think they are going to be... Oh, so they've just been relegated. Looks like they might have lost some players because... Who's Malone? Dion Malone. I thought I recognised that name, but I don't. You have got one player there. Kenyette is the 3rd best player in the league, which is obvious because he's very, very, very good. You do have to actually play, I think, Ajax second team, which will be quite interesting. Yeah, but despite being relegated, they aren't the best team in the league. They are 7th, but they've got a lot of potential. So even if you stay down here, what do the board want? Even if you stay, yeah, they want to work towards top half. So you've got a nice little relaxed first season, even better. I thought maybe they'd want to go straight back up. So you've got a chance to play all these guys. I mean, that's not even including the senior team. Look at this. It's just potential. All that. It's just all potential. Maybe not Kenyette because he's 26 now, but that's 2 teams almost. You could just sack almost everyone else off. Even then, you've got 4-star players that could become 4.5-star players. Like, as your coaches get better, they get more attuned and better at judging players, right? So some of these actually might be 4.5-star when they're not. Some of them might be better than you think. Some of them might be worse. But what's undeniable is the potential there. So that is that the 4th team on my list? Well, fourth set of teams. So Adon Den Haag is there, and I will be right back with number 5. And we're back with another team, and it's a big team. It's Deportivo La Coruña again. Last year they didn't get promoted and they didn't get relegated. There was a massive rejig last year, basically, in Spain. It was 3 divisions, now it's 4, and last year they were all playing for seeding. So some people were playing for the 3rd tier, some were playing for the 2nd, some were playing for the 4th, and I think they all got separated. And I think Deportivo got put into the middle group of the 3rd tier, so they're basically in the same tier that they were always in. They didn't get into the Smart Bank, but they also didn't get relegated to the newly formed 4th tier, which is the Segunda, I think. Primera, Segunda, Smart Bank, and La Liga. Sorry, Segunda, Primera, Smart Bank, La Liga. Right? Right, Lewis? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Anyway, Deportivo La Coruña. Most of you guys, if you're of a correct age? Not the correct age. If you're of the right age, shall we say, you will have known that Deportivo were very often the bridesmaid and not the bride. 2000, they were 2nd in La Liga. 2001-2, they were 2nd in La Liga. Then 3rd, and then the inevitable slips. 8, 13th, a little bit of a revival, and then just went down. They got to get relegated. I do remember this actually period of Deportivo La Coruña. It was quite sad at the time. 10 years on from the 2 second place finishers and the Champions League games that they were playing, I think they played Leeds in one of the Champions League games. They actually got relegated, and then they got promoted again, and then so basically they were Norwich for a few seasons, 4 seasons, and then after that, like I said, another little mini revival in La Liga, but they couldn't keep hold of it, and then they just plummeted down. until they got into the third tier. So, three-star reputation team. They are media prediction first, which you expect. The facility, they've got a massive stadium. It's the Riathor. Is it Riathor? I think they say it's a Riathor. Good training facilities, good youth facilities, good average academy coaching, average youth recruitment. So it's not bad, but it's not fantastic. In terms of their squad, they don't have many standout players. Their best being Ian Mckay, the 34-year-old Spanish, and I think he's also Scottish. Yes, he was born in Coruña, actually. He started his career there. He's been in Spain all his life, so it looks like he's a Scotsman that's gone abroad at a young age, and he's done really well for himself, to be fair. I think he's ever played in La Liga. No, he didn't. He was there when Deportivo were in La Liga, but he never played for them. Yeah, he's played in La Liga too, but not for Deportivo. So I'm hoping he wants to try and do that again. It's quite nice that he went back to playing for them. Potential-wise, they don't have too much, do they? Even if you add in their B team and their under-19 team, there's not a massive amount of potential. Now, like I said before on other teams, these 4.5-star potential players could easily be 5 stars. You just have to get them playing, get them in the squad, and see what you can do with them. You've got quite a bit of leeway in the fact that you can probably get away with a few of these under-19 players in your first 11 because the rest of your 11, the other 9 players, are probably better than the other teams. As you can see here, their team is also the best. So not only have they got the media prediction of number 1, they have on paper got the best team. Borja Granero is the best player they've got, 31 years old, so he's on his way out. It looks a very, very solid 6'2" veteran, powerful centre-back, it looks like. He also tries long-range passes, which is quite nice. He can play in defensive midfield if you want him to. Start at Valencia. Nice. But yeah, like it's self-explanatory. It's not a million mile. It's not a really out there pick. I've just not seen it mentioned on any other videos. So Deportivo's there if you guys want to take that on. I have got one more team, and it's a team close to my heart, and some of you might have guessed it. If not, you'll find out in a second. And if you have, well done. Yes, you've guessed it. The last team is the one close to my heart. It's FC Andorra. And this year is going to be a massive change for FC Andorra. It's the dynamic youth ratings. So if you don't know already, there's a dynamic youth rating feature come out this year, and I'm massively excited for it. So to just explain it a little bit, FC Andorra are playing in the Spanish league, Spanish pyramid, in the third tier. They're in Group 2. In Group 1, there's Deportivo just there, but in Group 2 there's Andorra, so you can probably both get promoted at the same time. If you and your mate want to do a Deportivo and Andorra, go for it, that'd be fantastic. But FC Andorra are actually in Andorra. Nation, Andorra. Everywhere else in this league, Spain. Spain. They're all in Spain. But FC Andorra are in Andorra. Now, if you don't know where Andorra is, it's sort of borders France and Spain. It's in the Pyrenees Mountains, I'm pretty sure. And it's just fantastic. It's a fantastic save. As you know, Andorra are quite a poor nation in real life. England have just recently played them, so you'll know how poor they are. But with the dynamic youth ratings, you could take over club and country, which is what I'm going to do. So feel free to join with me. You can even join the Discord and get involved, because I think I might even be doing it on Twitch, or I might do it offline. I'll post updates in Discord. Don't know what I'm doing yet, but basically what you can do is you can grind to La Liga and the Champions League if you want, and you get players through your academy that are Andorran. So you get a few Spanish players through, but you get 90% Andorrans through. Now there's no potential at the start because Andorran players aren't usually good at the start, right? 2021, but with the dynamic youth ratings, who knows, in 2030, in 2035, 2040, even 2050 if you're a long-term player, Andorra could be the next football powerhouse if you play your cards right. So with the dynamic youth ratings, what you can do is you can grind, and if you can get your facilities at club level up to the maximum, so exceptional, they've got not bad now, it's average, good and good. it's not too bad at all. It's a small stadium. I think there's only 2 stadiums in Andorra. I think all the domestic Andorran league, I think they play at the same stadium. All the teams, they play at one stadium, and I don't know how they do that. Do they play every single day of the week? I don't know how they do it. That's by the by. I get really involved in Andorra, as you guys can see, but a 2.5-star reputation team, and you can grind your facilities up to the point where you can get some decent players through. Now, Eric Kenyette is Spanish, and he's got the highest rep. It's no coincidence that the first Andorran on the list is very poor potential. Then everyone else is even worse. Like, it's not even a case of, look, like Miguel del Castillo is just poor. Now, that is what Andorran players are going to be like at the start, because that's what they're like in real life. But if you get to La Liga, you max out those facilities, and you maybe get 1 or 2 gems coming through, and you can get them into the national team. Sorry, I've just absolutely murdered that. If you can get them into the national team there, and then start maybe winning a few teams, like, I don't know, if you can maybe sneak a win over, or you'll beat San Marino, but if you could maybe sneak a win over Albania, or you could maybe upset Hungary. I doubt it, but if you can, that's brilliant. And a Nations League, you can maybe get a few promotions. You can see that dynamic youth rating getting pushed up and up and up and up, and you will see more better quality Andorrans coming through. So on top of that, as you're grinding away with Andorra club and country, what I've found is other clubs close to Andorra, so Barcelona, I've seen a few from Villarreal too, Celta Vigo as well, they produce a few Andorran players. So if you can get lucky and you can get a few of these other La Liga clubs when you get up there, if you can get a few of these clubs and they produce a few Andorrans on the way that you can stick into your national team, surrounded by your own players from your own club, you can hopefully go far, and that's what I'm going to do this year. So if anyone's interested in that, please get on board and let me know how you're going. You only get 500k. Now, I was going to make it super hard, and I was going to make it so I can't sign any players. I'm only going to rely on academy players coming through. Now, I might be in the 3rd division for 10 seasons doing that, but that's the challenge that I might want to do. I don't know yet. Do I want to make it literally ultra super hard, or do I want to make it a lot easier by signing players? Because if you've not noticed, signing players makes the game a lot easier than not signing players. He's a very good player, Roger Riera. Is he the best player? If he's not, this is a good team that Andorra have got this year. It's not. It's Mark Pedraza, which I don't agree he's the better player, but here we are. And he's 34. Wanted by some decent teams, to be honest. But yeah, that's the list. I went a bit off script, but that's how I like to do things. I like to talk things like I'm passionate about and what I think you guys might enjoy. And if it comes through from me, then you guys might think, oh, that's a good idea. Lou said a good idea there. And like I said, if you don't want to do any of these teams, feel free. Manage who you want. Manage Man City, PSG. Do whatever you want to do. It's all good. But I thought I'd give somebody, even if it helps one person, my job's done. So please hit the follow button. No, I mean, you can on Twitter. The link's down below. But hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And until next time, thank you for watching. Goodbye.